now tuned into the greatest.
Peace up, A-Town.
This is it. Allow me to reintroduce myself.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to The Konversation with Kaleaf, the weekly show dedicated to helping you look, feel, and be your very best self. I am your host, of course, Kaleaf, like a leaf on a tree, and today we are really just going to have a feel-good show. This is dedicated to helping you feel like your best self, okay? Live through me vicariously, whatever, what have you. So I'm just going to go right into it today. So last weekend, from the time I'm recording this, last weekend was my birthday, 5/7/98. I am 24 years old. Yes, I am so excited, so happy to be 24. I'm calling this like my Black Mamba year. You know, what's his name? Kobe Bryant called himself the Black Mamba. His number was 24. I'm 24. Let's do it. Last year was my Jordan year. I didn't really like my Jordan year. I really wasn't proud to be 23. I just never really felt like it was me. I never felt like, oh, 23 really fits me. 24 just feels like me. I'm loving it. So anyway, let's talk about my birthday because, oh my gosh, what a weekend, what a weekend, what a weekend. My birthday happened to be the day before Mother's Day, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So this year for my birthday, the day before, let's start the day before actually. The day before my birthday, one of my greatest and closest friends, one of my most favorite friends, their name is Brendan. Actually, Brendan was on the show with us earlier. I think, was it this season or last season? I think it was actually this season. Brendan was on the show for when we were talking about problematic or preference. If you remember that episode, it was really good. If you haven't heard it, definitely make sure you check it out because it was really good. So Brendan and I hadn't seen each other in a while, and we decided that we were going to go and see this movie called Everything Everywhere All at Once. Highly recommend this movie. It's a really good movie. It's about like the multiverse type thing. It's not a Marvel movie, which I saw the next day, but we'll get into that later. It was so good. It's Asian actors, which is something that we don't really see a lot in television and film outside of course, martial arts. But I am really excited to see, Asian dramas and Asian, actors doing their thing, because we are all here for, human rights and human liberation. So we saw this movie. It was phenomenal. We really caught up and talked because we hadn't seen each other in forever. And we talked and caught up and everything. It was a really good vibe, really good moment, amazing night. Shout out to my friend Brendan because you really helped kick off my birthday in an amazing way. So the next day I wake up and I was just like, I want to go to this place called the Original House of Pancake, not IHOP, the Original House of Pancake. They have this amazing thing called the apple pancake. Highly recommend it. It is to die for. I've been eating it since I was a little child. My grandfather used to share it with us. My mom used to share it with us. And it's just a really good thing. And I just really wanted to start my birthday off with this. However, my dumb ass, my ass decided to go to an 11:30 a.m. showing of Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, which was really good, but we'll get to that a little later. So instead of, waking up early and going to eat breakfast, I was just like, you know what? It's my birthday. I'm 24. I'm going to do what I want to do. Even though I was hungry, I was like, I'm going to chill. I'm going to really chill. And then I, went to the movie and whatnot. I had a friend pick me up and at first we were going to go out and eat breakfast. I was like, you know what? It's like 10:30. We don't really have time for breakfast. So I go to Atlantic Station and I see the movie in IMAX. Now, if you don't know, this Multiverse of Madness movie was made for IMAX. Like, just like Avatar was shot in 3D and it was made for 3D, this movie specifically was made to watch in an IMAX theater. So I go watch it in IMAX because I was like, what's the best way to watch it? Because I don't want to see a movie that wasn't made for 3D in 3D and just be disappointed at the effect. So I watched it in IMAX and it was a really amazing vibe. I went by myself. I sat next to this random stranger. Did not know the stranger, but I figured if you're at the movies by yourself and I'm at the movie by myself, we probably are huge Marvel fans to the point where we weren't going to wait for the spoilers to come out online and everything. So we both watched the movie next to each other and before the movie started, we just chatted and talked, and it was just like amazing to talk with another Marvel super fan. And it was just, a vibe. And that's why I sometimes really enjoy just going out by myself and doing things, whether that be eating by myself or going out to a bar by myself or going out to the movies by myself, because I really enjoy my own company. The movie was amazing. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to tell you how great the movie is unless you all want me to do a review on the movie. If you want me to do that, just go follow me on Instagram at The Konversation Podcast. That's The Konversation spelled with a K instead of a C. Now, I'm going to take a little quick break, but when we come back, I'm going to tell you what happened after, because the thing that happened next made me cry on my birthday. I know, right? I told you my birthday was amazing, but I cried on my own birthday because there was something that happened that just really made me sad. And yeah, we'll get into that as soon as we come back.
You're listening to The Konversation with Kaleaf.
All right, everybody, welcome back to The Konversation. Of course, today we're just talking about my amazing birthday weekend. And when I tell you I had the time of my life, but not without a little hiccup along the way. And that hiccup happened to be right after I went to see the Multiverse of Madness. So I am a foodie, okay? I'm going to just say off bat, I'm a foodie. If you know me, you know I love to eat. I love to go to brunch. If you follow my personal Instagram, you know that I really enjoy food and food photography. I'm about that life. So I went to this restaurant in Atlantic Station called Azoteca or something. Look it up if you live in Atlanta. It was really good. I highly recommend these tacos that they have. They kind of look like burgers. They have fries in them. They have a bunch of cheese. They have like meat. They're not burgers, but they taste amazing, like almost like a burger. They have a cheese sauce and everything. Ooh, my mouth is just watering just talking about it. Woo, girl. Anyway, so I also got a drink, which was fabulous, darling. It was a peach margarita. Yes, so that was good. And I got a little tipsy. And I just was eating by myself. And for some reason, I was like, it's my birthday and I'm all alone eating lunch by myself. I didn't call anybody, by the way, and say, hey, does anybody want to come out to lunch? It just was like, I thought maybe somebody should have planned something for me. Maybe somebody should have said something, yada, 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 woo. And my sister ended up calling me, wishing me a happy birthday. And I was just like, I started crying on the phone. I was like, nobody's here. Nobody's hanging out with me. I'm just all alone on my birthday. And I tweeted something saying like, this is just really sad and yada, yada, woo. And this is the golden nugget of it all, because one of my friends, Freddie, hi, Freddie. So I was just telling Fred about how I was really sad. I wasn't hanging out with anybody and nobody showed up for me, this, that, and the third. And Freddie sent me this message that really just altered my energy. So shout out to you, Freddie, because, shout out to really good friends like who know how to get you in the right mood and help you. So I'm just read the message. Hopefully, Fred, you don't mind. Because I thought it was something beneficial. And I think, it can help somebody else, hopefully. Hopefully my experiences can help other people. So I'm going to just read it. It says, I'm going to tell you something I learned years ago. Not everyone will be there for you, especially on the day you want them to be. Be upset, but understand you see how people are and their mindsets when it comes to celebrating you. I had to learn to not care when people didn't give a fuck about my birthday, and I'm 32 now. Embrace the fact that you're living and breathing and you can smile and act goofy as without anybody telling you to calm the down. We don't need people to help us celebrate life like we think we want. I want you to do something for me. Allow yourself to soak in the rest of your day. Keyword, your day. Even if those who you call friends aren't there for you, you realize you didn't really need them to celebrate your day with you. I do it every year and I'm cool with it because I've been hurt and betrayed by those I love so much. Don't let this shit bring you down any further. Yes, shit gets hard at times, and especially when you feel you have nobody. But even though we just met and are still getting to know each other, you have me. Heart, yada, yada, yada. So that really just uplifted me and made my spirit happy. It just turned out that the next thing that the universe decided to bring me was a drink from the bar. Somehow it came out in conversation with, I guess, one of the waiters. They were like, how are you? Because they saw me crying. Yes, child. It wasn't a big, huge, dramatic cry, but it was a cry. Definitely got misty. And one of the waiters said, hey, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I guess, but it's kind of my birthday and I'm not here with anybody. They're like, what? You're not here on your birthday? They're like, get them a drink ASAP. And they brought me, they were like, what do you like to drink? I was like, I don't really drink anything outside of wine. But they were like, you can't have wine on your birthday. They're like, we're going to get you a drink on us. And they got me Sex on the Beach, which was really fab. I've never had sex on the beach, but yeah, that was really exciting. But then after that, I got some notifications from Jack, and people was trying to be nasty, but we're not really gonna get too deep into that. But the next thing that happened after that, my phone died, so I had to go into a Subway and charge my phone. And I got a cookie because I felt like if you're gonna sit in the business and charge your phone a little bit, you might as well, buy something. It was an 86-cent cookie, by the way. It was very good. It was macadamia nuts. We love to see it. Yeah, so after that, my aunt tried to call me and my phone died while we were on the phone for like half of a second. So I get into the Subway and, charge my phone up a little bit, and she comes and picks me up, and we go to this place called Main Event. Now, if you've never been to Main Event, I highly recommend it if you live in Atlanta. They have everything that Dave & Buster's has and more. They have laser tag, they have bowling, but Dave & Buster's has way better food, no shade. But I'm a foodie, so I'm going to keep it real with you. Dave & Buster's has way better food. But we go to this place called the Main Event, and we play laser tag, and it's me, my friend Davion, and my auntie. And we're all on different teams when it comes to this laser tag or whatever. So we're like shooting at each other and just having the time of our lives, living young, wild, free. It's amazing. And then actually, I'll tell you this. So before the laser tag, I'll just give you a frame of reference of how the universe kept working in my favor. God, universe, whatever you choose to call that higher power. So when I go there, my friend Davion hadn't arrived yet. There's traffic always in Atlanta, so he wasn't. He hadn't arrived yet. And let me make sure my battery is charging. My laptop. I don't know why it says it's not charging. Is it just not charging? Okay, y'all, so I'm going to take a quick break and come right back. But when I come back, I'll tell you how the universe and God really conspired my happy birthday. So I'll be right back.
You're listening to The Konversation with Kaleaf.
Psst. Psst. Yeah, I'm whispering at you. I'm psst-ing at you. Are you enjoying the show? I hope so. If you're not, child, that's your business and it sounds like a personal problem. Do me a little favor, baby. Go ahead and follow me on my Instagram at The Konversation Podcast. That's The Konversation spelled with a K instead of a C. You got it? Good. Now let's get back into this show. All right, welcome back to The Konversation. Today we're just having, a little story time about my birthday weekend, which was fabulous. And I'm really excited to, continue the story. My computer just died. It was not sopped up, but we're back. So the universe conspired is where we left off to aid in the bed in my amazing birthday. So when I get to this place called Main Event, which I told you we played laser tag at and whatnot, there's this person who works there. Oh, was almost like they were an angel. There's this person who works there, and they say to me, hey, would you like to quick fill out this survey for 2 hours free games? I was like, okay, sure. I didn't think much of it. I heard what they said. I just heard fill out the survey, free games. Okay. It didn't really hit me until like hour 1 that I was really going to have 2 free hours of just playing as many games as I wanted to. Unlimited, unlimited play, which was amazing. So when I went to this Main Event, although I thought I was going to spend money and, purchase things to, play games and whatnot and have fun, I didn't actually have to pay anything. That is wild to me. But thank God, thank the universe, whoever, whatever. I just know something was conspiring to be with me. All things were working together, okay? It was fabulous. It was sopped up in the grease and the gravy. So like I told you, my aunt and I, along with my friend Davion, were playing these games, doing laser tag and whatnot. So after that, which was amazing, sidebar. There's one place in this place where they have air hockey, right? And I figured out that if you want to play air hockey and do it well, sometimes if you hit the puck in this in the corner, it draws the person you're playing against, it draws their eye away from where they're supposed to be guarding their little goal or whatever. So I was hitting it in the corner, and then boom, I would go straight down the middle or straight in the corner or like knock it to the side. Ooh, I was just feeling it, having an amazing time. Dopamine is releasing and rising. It was just amazing. So after that, it was like, are y'all ready to go? I'm ready to go. And my aunt suggests we go to one of her friends' house. They were supposed to have a little gathering because a lot of their friends came into town to watch Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So they came into town from all over to watch this movie, and they were just in town the next day because they saw it the Friday and I saw it on Saturday. I couldn't see it with them because they had already got their tickets ahead of time. I got my tickets the Monday before, and everything was sold out except for an 11:30 a.m. show. But anyway, so we go over to this person's house, and we're just like vibing. It's a great time and everything is great. And we're having amazing conversations. I'm not going to tell everybody what was going on, but we were having fun. It was just a lot of fun. We were drinking. It's just a vibe. And someone suggests that we go to this little arcade. It's not an arcade type place. It was like this really cute place where they have board games, they have video games. So it's kind of like an arcade, but it looks like a restaurant. So it's like wooden floors. They have barrels, like those barrels that you would see at Cracker Barrel. I used to think it was called Crackle Barrel, but it's Cracker Barrel, which is a whole nother topic. Anyway, I digress to say it was really, really, really cute. And before we left the apartment to go to this particular place, I see this guy and I see his outfit, and his outfit is really cute. He's like 6'2". He looks just like me, but he's just taller. No, like, and this is not me being vain, but he was fine. Like, oh girl, he was fine. He was so fine, girl. When I tell you, I just was like, okay, how you doing? But prior to like seeing his outfit and everything, I hadn't really like spoken to him or anything. So I say to him, I say like, basically I was like, I love your ensemble. It's just giving, child. It was it was all the same color. It was like this cream outfit. It had like this white feather on it. He just looked good, child. He looked good. He smelled good. He looked clean and everything. And I was feeling him. So my aunt and my friend Davion walk out because we're all going to this, place that I was talking about where they have the Uno cards and board games and different things and Mario Karts and stuff. And I just stand next to him and we start talking on the way in the hallway. We do a little small talk. Where are you from? He was from Chicago. I was like, oh, really? I'm from Chicago originally, even though I live in Atlanta now, yada, 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 woo, woo. And, we just were talking, and then we, separated ways so that we could get in different cars to go to the place. So we arrived to this place, and I get my little wristband thing to say that I can be there, yada, 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 boo, boo. And we go to this little section where they have games and, Uno cards and different board games and different things. And he's sitting on the couch with like his friends, and I'm sitting like not right behind him, but like diagonal to him. And they're playing Mario Kart. It's cute. I was like, I've never played this game. I didn't grow up with video games, so I was like, I'll try, but don't nobody expect me to win. And there's this moment where where people were like, okay, who wants to play next? And he's like, who wants to play next or whatever. And he looks over at me and he gives me like this eye, like it was giving full moon, giving you the eye, dance if you want. It was giving full moon. He's giving me the eye type, the eye. If you know about the eye, he was giving me the eye. And he hands me the remote, and I can't remember if he touched my hand while he gives me the remote, but the vibe was so hot that if he did, it just would have set it off. If he did, I don't know if he did or didn't, but yeah, he hands me the remote, and we both knew, like, I'm feeling you, you're feeling me, I'm cute, you're cute, let's talk. Or whatever. So I'm playing the game, and he's kind of like rooting for me while I'm playing the game. I was like, oh, that's cute or whatever. Even though I was like I got in first place like one time, slipped on one of those bananas in the Mario Kart video game, and ended up in last. But it was still cute. He was still rooting me on and stuff. So I was like, oh, I like that. You better encourage me. And somebody all of a sudden comes up with some Uno cards, and they're like, does anybody want to play Uno? The Uno cards just sitting there for a minute, and people are still just like playing Mario Kart. So I was like, all right, I want to play Uno. You can count me in. My friend Davion was like, okay, count me in for Uno. And then one of their friends was also there, and they were like, count me in. So we're playing Uno, and so it's like the four of us. And he's still over there playing Mario Karts on the couch, and we're to the right of him. Yeah, we're to his right. And we're sitting at this table, and yada, yada, yada. All of a sudden, he stops playing Mario Karts. He gets up, and he sits like near the table while we're playing Uno. Literally, somebody had just won Uno. So we were just, having that second Uno battle. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Where we're trying to see who's going to be in the second place or whatever. So we keep playing, and nobody's winning. It's going on and on and on. And I'm like looking at him, and he's giving me the eye, and I'm giving him the eye from across the table. And it's just like, okay, all right, y'all, it's not going to end anytime soon. Let's just end and retry this game again. So I was like, do you want to play? Oh my gosh, do you want to play? I didn't say it like that, but I probably said something in a flirty way. I was like, do you want to play? And he was like, yeah. So like I was the only one who knew how to shuffle cards. Shame on y'all. Y'all parents didn't teach y'all right. But I was the only one who knew how to shuffle cards. And I'm shuffling the cards or whatever, and I'm dealing them out to everybody, and I give them to him and give him the eye again. And we're playing Uno. So there's 3 people on one side of the table, and there's no seat next to him because the person that was originally playing with us got up to go play Mario Karts as soon as he started playing. And we're playing, and my friend Davion is cheating. Yes, I'm calling you out. I know, yes, you were cheating, and you were looking at my cards, and the only reason you won, because otherwise I know I would have won. Anyway, that's a private moment that y'all just happen to be hearing. But yeah, he was cheating. So I was just like jokingly, because it's not that deep. It's Uno. It's not that deep. I was like, you know what? Since you want to cheat, yada, 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 I'm going to go over and sit next to him. And I got up and go sit next to him. And when I tell you, the most magical moments just happened, and he and I were like looking at each other, and I was just having any chance and any excuse I could get to just get closer to him. I would use it, and we would look each other in the eyes and stuff, and just small flirtation. And all of a sudden, we just ended up becoming a team. And just like, it was like, if I had a card that could benefit him, I wasn't cheating, because I don't cheat in Uno. But if I had a card that would benefit him or that would lead to his demise, I would reverse the Uno cards and make sure it went to somebody but him. We were really like ride or die in that moment, even though we had just met. And we're like touching each other's knees with each other's knees because we're sitting next to each other, playing footsies under the table. And it's just a really cute vibe and everything. And we're like talking meanwhile and stuff, and just, having a good time, being young and fine and gorgeous and smelling good. Oh, yes, child. So anyway, I'll just get to the good parts, the other good parts. So we end up leaving all of us were leaving the place because they were about to close, I think, or something. That's how long we were there. I don't know if they were going to close, but the bar was closing. So, when the bar closed, that means time to go. Okay. I don't know if that's anybody else's ministry, but that's also my ministry. If the bar is closing, it's time for me to go. Anyway. So we're leaving, and as we're leaving, we're all like paying for like the time that we were there, and I'm just standing next to him the whole time, and we're like just like looking at each other every now and then and whatnot. We're all paying for our part in the participation of the game or whatever. And my friend Davion and my aunt kind of walked away, and I'm just by myself, and he is as well. And he's like, so what are you about to go do? And I was like, I think they said we're supposed to be going to Friends. I was like, do you want to come? And he was like, I don't know if I can. Da 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 boo boo. So at this point, I was like, okay, so we're about to part ways. Damn. Such a great time. Now we got to part ways. But anyway, we go outside. We're just standing next to each other talking and stuff. And then I realized I left my, I left my jacket in my auntie's car, because that's who I came with originally, if you remember. And I'm going to go to this place called Friends Bar with my friend Davion. So I go to her car to get my jacket. And when I come back, he's in an Uber and gone already. I was like, damn. So I heard his name, And the funny thing of it all is, and we talked about this after, the funny thing of it all is he was on Instagram, and he low-key showed me his whole Instagram, like put his phone like kind of near me, so I saw what his Instagram name was. It was I Am, and I'm not gonna tell you what the rest is because that's my business and none of yours. Okay, like that. And I go on my phone immediately, and I'm a Taurus, so we are determined, and sometimes we could be a little bit of a stalker, but no, not really. But I go on my phone and I start looking for his Instagram because I just saw it, and I had a typo in it. It was I Am M, two different things, so I could not find him to save my life. And lo and behold, all of a sudden, I see a new following from this beautiful, gorgeous man, and it was him. So we are DMing each other, texting on Instagram. He liked a couple of my photos. I liked a couple of his. And he's like, so what are you all about to go do? I was like, we're going to Friends. He was like, okay, we're going back to the house. Yada. I guess it was implied, I'll see you later, I guess. And while we're at Friends, he messages me that they're coming to Friends. I was like, oh, perfect. Yes. So he's like, I'm thinking he's going to come into Friends. He actually didn't end up coming in, but he was like, I can give you a ride home if you want to. And I was just like, okay. Okay, or whatever. And we are sitting in the car, and we're just talking the whole time. And it was really amazing. I don't know how long we talked. It felt like hours. It felt like minutes. It was one of those things that just was amazing. And we ended up looking each other in the eye, and then we kissed. And it was really cute because he also had lips. If you know what I look like in person, or if you've seen my Instagram, I got lips, and he had lips. And the one thing I don't like is kissing people without lips, with my big ass lips. So yeah, we kissed, and it was a very wholesome kiss. It wasn't all of that. It was very wholesome and very sweet and gentlemanlike. So he's like, what's your address? He drives me home, and like a true gentleman, he's like, well, I guess I'll see you when I don't know what he says, child. I don't know what he said. I don't remember. It's all a dream. I used to read What Up magazine. No, I don't remember exactly what was said, but it was just I guess I'll see you maybe tomorrow or something, because he was going to stay until Monday, and my birthday was on the Saturday. So the next day was Sunday. And he's like, well, let me give you a hug. And he gives me a hug. And wait, was our first kiss in the car, or was it outside of the car? I do not remember. I definitely think it was in the car. But we come out the car, and he gives me a hug. One of the sweetest, most tightest hugs I've ever felt in my life. It just felt like rainbows and kittens and all of those things from The Sound of Music. It was amazing. The most amazing hugs. I still get chills. I'm starting to sweat right now, darling. Just thinking about that hug. And that was that. And he, hugged me, and he made sure I got in safe, and he went back to their place. And yeah, that was that. But that is all of the story that I think we have time for today, because, we are at that moment in the show where it's this is the end of the show. But if you want to hear what else happened the next day, I may or may not tell you, because that's my business next week. I may or may not. So stay tuned if you really want to know what happened next, because I know some of y'all saw photos and you're like, oh, who was that? This is that man. But he really made my weekend really special. In addition to my aunt, in addition to my friend Brendan, in addition to my friend Davion and all of her friends, really made my weekend one of the greatest birthdays of my entire life. So yeah, that was my 24th birthday, my Black Mamba birthday, as I like to call it. Because, okay, if you don't know what the Black Mamba is all about, Kobe Bryant's one of his favorite movies was Kill Bill, and he modeled himself in terms of the way that he carried himself after the character Beatrix Kiddo, aka the Black Mamba, aka the Bride in Kill Bill. If you've never seen Kill Bill, highly recommend it. It is my favorite film. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in Thank you all for tuning in to today's episode. I had a great time talking with you about it. It really was just an amazing weekend. I'm really loving life right now. God is good. Life is good. The universe is providing things. I'm manifesting things. This Saturday, I will be graduating with my degree in theater arts, a BA in theater arts from Clark Atlanta University. I'm super excited. So, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you follow me on just two of my social media platforms, which is on Instagram at The Konversation Podcast. It's The Konversation spelled with a K instead of a C, podcast. And follow me on Twitter, because that's where shit really goes down, at They Them Kaleaf. That's They Them Kaleaf. And I will see you so soon. Woo, we are back. I'm so excited. I love you all for listening, and have a great rest of your day. All right, bye.